What's up, fellow classers? It's Apollyon here, and I haven't done this video for a while of how would you hit these bases. So let's go ahead and start right out with number 15 in our recent war versus Emphatic Fury. Take a look at this base. See if you can beat this in under a minute and 40 seconds with your attack. Pretty standard base here, especially really easy on the sides to have access to all those defenses. Look where the king, queen are, and look where the clan castle is pretty centralized. So we'll go ahead and take a look at this. And if you guys chose the same as him and did a Gobo La Lune, then you're going to crush it in a minute and 40 seconds. I think we're coming in at 10 o'clock here. Yeah, there we go. We've got some minions and wizards helping to funnel these golems. We do have a queen that's picking on that poor golem standing in poison, but I think she jumped on the outside of the wall, which is the first mistake and her only mistake. And then we've got wall breakers coming in to open up that 9 o'clock compartment. Got to jump to go ahead and get the kill squad through into that core. Standard clan castle of baby dragon, Valks and witches, or baby dragon, Valk and witch, and then we're working our way through that core. We haven't even begun to start our La Lune portion of it because we don't really need to at this point. There we go, we have now, and we've got our one lava hound already deployed, our second one coming in from 3 o'clock to tank for these air defenses at 2 and 3, and then we've got haste going in already, and we've got a Tesla farm that's at the 6 o'clock compartment that we have to deal with, so we're holding that haste just to push these balloons a little bit quicker. We still have a queen and a king up. Now we just have a queen up, but that queen has ability, and we also have a couple of loons that we've been holding on to, but that golem or golemite is tanking for those loons. So now this base is completely crushed. We've got all the pups and everything running through the base, or flying through the base, cleaning it up. So really nice hit. Okay, let's put that masking back on. And we'll jump down a couple to number 17. Kind of common base here, you see the two air defenses on each corner. Sometimes they're swapped, like where the bomb tower is, an air defense will be there, and where that cannon is at 9 o'clock, an air defense will be there, and they'll be swapped that way instead of the way they are. But these bases are crushed so many different ways, and just seeing which way you would do it. I don't think there's necessarily a wrong way, but we'll see what he picked. Going at it with a quad La Lune, which is what I do with these bases, or a tri La Lune. It's just so easy to go ahead and get these loons in there and just go ahead and take care of the base. I think there's a hound in the clan castle, which is I would probably pick a route where I didn't trip that clan castle, because obviously you want your heroes to live as long as they possibly can. And I think this is the attack where the baby dragon gets so much value. I think it lives from the beginning all the way till the end, if I'm not mistaken. But the king, unfortunately, he goes into the base and trips the hound, then just pieces out, which is that's what a king does, right? And leaves the queen to deal with that lava hound. We are going to let that lava hound the expo take out the queen without popping the ability. We've already popped the ability because we don't want to go ahead and destroy that lava hound. And then we're starting our quad Lalo. Now we've got to be a little bit more selective on where we send our loons in, because these hounds have got to tank for a bit and then make their way all the way to the other side of the base. We've already sent all of our hounds in there, and we still have 5 more loons. And this is why I like to do it with the tri La Lune, because at this point I will have 6 more loons to send in from the 9 o'clock to target those air defenses. And you can look at that hound right now just tanking 2 air defenses, or being in range of 2 air defenses with no loons anywhere near it. So kind of wasting that last hound there, just being a tank for nothing. So we've got those loons coming in and taking care of the rest of the base, and this is going to be a nice hit, 3-star. And that's how we deal with most of these bases are hit with a quad La Lune. That enemy clan castle lava hound pops just at the wrong time or a right time, depending how you look at it, and it's a little too late. All right, let's go ahead and look at number 18, just moving down one. All right, so take a look at this base. All those nice little builder huts there on the side. And then look at that. We've got our 4 air defenses. Oh, spoiler alert. There are witches used in this attack with healers. So, you know what? I think you can guess what type of attack this is going to be. I didn't pause it. I apologize. So, anyway, this is about as cookie cutter as you can get for a base to witch slap. They don't design hardly any bases better to get hit with a witch slap than this one. This is exactly what you're looking for, an elongated base where jumps can get you, one jump can get you all the way through half of the base, and the second jump will get you through the whole complete opposite end of the base. And the air defenses are all the way at the end so that you don't have to worry about those air defenses, and the healers will live the rest of the time. So anyway, let's go ahead and take out that masking and show the witch slap composition there. I think using 9 witches. So there we go. And we've got a bunch of those little barbarian train going from one barbarian hut to the next. Or did I say barbarian hut? It is a barbarian hut, isn't it? Oh, it's a builder hut. What am I talking about? They're not going to do that. Those last 2 builder huts. They're going to run into the barracks where they came from. So we've got our witches on each of the sides, a golem in the middle, and then a witch behind that with a king queen dropped. We've got 2 jumps. The jumps are just, again, going to just push this through the entire base. Now, the one problem with this attack was he should have tripped the clan castle a lot earlier. This was a fresh hit, though, because there was no reason to hit it twice, so we knew that this was a base to witch slap. But if we knew there were going to be Valks in the clan castle, you really want your kill squad to take care of that instead of your witches, because it is really the only thing that can destroy the witches under heal. As soon as they plow through those skellies that they create, they go after the witches, and those healers can't keep up with a couple Valks at the same time hitting them. It's just too much DPS, so they'll take witches out that way. But no big deal. Everything's going just fine here. We've got the clan castle coming through. We've got the baby dragon there with Archer, and I don't think we've triggered the I don't think we've triggered the Valkyrie yet, unless I'm missing that. So we've got both an enemy king and the clan castle. These witches are just boss. They're taking care of both of them. Those skellies are distracting, and the baby dragon does take out that one witch, 2 witches, and that's also a problem right there because they just do too much DPS standing without under poison. There we go with those Valks, and those Valks just come right in and take care of those witches with a couple slaps. There we go. And yeah, it's just not a good situation. But we do have a queen under heals, and we've got some Lunes coming in. Unfortunately, that one Lune hits a seeking air mine, and its dreams go crushing down or crashing down. And then we still have a king that's full health, beating through a wall. And we'll just fast forward this as that Lune will help clean up with that the wizard, the queen, and king, and we'll collect our 3 stars. So I think most of the damage was done by that clan castle, not the base. So really good choice of a clan castle for that very poorly designed base. All right, let's put the black masking and see if I cannot be dumb this time, and we'll try not to show the attack initially. There we go. So let's go ahead and do this. We'll pause it this time. There we go. Now we've got things working. All right, let's put this base to rest. This base is like 4 or 5 months old. Again, just we know we've hit this so many billions of ways. If you guys remember how I used to love to hit this base, but we've got all the 4 air defenses, that one area where all the spring traps are, where all those cannons are for hogs on the back end. It just holds up against that type of attack very well. So let's not do that attack. Let's do this attack right here, and it's going to be a queen charge quad quake Lalunian, and that's exactly how I love it. Quad quaking around that queen altar, getting the queen to come in there and then just having a couple of Lava Hounds tank from 3 o'clock all around counterclockwise to 9, and then ultimately to 3 o'clock to 12, and then ultimately to 9 o'clock, and just destroying this base. So we've got Baby Dragon doing the funneling. In fact, I'm pretty sure I put out a video a long time ago about how to beat this base, or at least in one of the recaps, but everything's going just fine. That clan castle is actually one of the worst clan castles come out just because of time sinks. That queen is only going to have to deal with a couple of these point defenses, but it's really just about the time that it's going to take her to get rid of this stupid Lava Hound. I usually bring an extra wizard or something like that to help speed things along here, but unfortunately there are no other wizards, so we've got to go ahead and do some raging and help her to get through this quickly. Doing funneling already with minions, great job, because when you send that Lunian part of it, you want to have as little as trash buildings as possible. So really good job there. Here we go with the funneling that the queen is doing to go ahead and take out those defenses and buildings that could stop the Lunian portion, but we're creating a pretty decent path. The queen is going to take out the enemy queen in just a second, and then work her way into the core to take out all those splash damage, wizard towers, Teslas, everything like that. We've got another rage going on to deal with that enemy queen. There we've got another Tesla. Now we can do our Lava Hounds and Lunian portion of this, just with another 17 minions all around the side here, coming through the base. They're just going to sweep through. We have hastes to push them through. There we go with 1-2 hastes. And we've got a queen still going strong with ability. She's going to easily take out these Teslas and wizard towers, especially after popping her ability there. We held on to one extra Lune, and we're going to take out some portions of this base right here. There we go with the mortar. And the queen is going to get sidetracked and start hitting some of these trash buildings on the outside. But we've got still a bunch of pups and Lunes coming in through the base that are going to deal with this last archer tower. We have a couple of minions that have still made their way through, and I think if the Lunes do live through this, yeah, those pups will get right on top of that, and so will the minions as soon as they get close to it. So, but it's just, again, too little too late for those skelly traps, and we've crushed this base. So guys, I'm sure you'll see this. It's a common base. I can't believe it was in this war, but that's how you hit it. So let's go ahead, put the masking back on, and we'll go just do 2 more, and then we'll be finished. 24. Okay, there we go. So we've got I wanted to show this not just for the attack, but also just for the base design, because it's just a really weird base design, again, for ADs. You could say you probably could easily dragon this base as well, but there's a lot of funneling for dragon hit. That's the problem with that. But you guys should be able to see all the stuff. Let me just move it up a little bit so you see what's there, and I'll go ahead and show the actual hit that was done on this base. Just under 2.5 minutes was a stoned Lune. So I don't think we've shown a stoned one yet, but we'll go ahead and throw our golems here on the top side at around that noon and 10 o'clock area, and just look at all the funneling that can be done with those wizards. I think they have like a field day with all those trash buildings, but a pretty easy job funneling, and we just need to take out that mortar. There we go. We've got 2 jumps to push through the base. There's our first jump. Unfortunately, that Tesla, and I think this was a fresh hit, that Tesla is going to pull that second golem down a little bit, but throwing a couple wizards behind that, they'll be able to take care of some stuff. Dropped that fresh third golem to help push through the core here, dealing with a normal clan castle there with, I think, a witch, baby dragon, and some archers or wizards or something like that. And then we've got our bowlers that are going to go ahead and assist those golem and golemites with the wizard and just get a lot more value out of that golem walk on the edge there. So that worked out to his advantage, actually. Sometimes bowlers walking is not the worst thing in the world. There we go with our Lunian, or just our Lune portion. We've got our hound coming in from around 2 o'clock to tank that 3 o'clock air defense. And we haven't hasted anything along, which is not a big deal for this air defense, but there is another air defense, and we've got to go ahead and take care of that. But fortunately, it's easily, quickly targetable with just a couple of loons and a haste, which is exactly what's planned, and it makes it so much simpler. And we just have a bunch of loons that are going to have to take out these last 2-point defenses, which are just archer towers, and then the mortar is going to do absolutely nothing to those loons. Now that is a problem, getting trapped by hitting those skelly traps, and still having to make your way all the way over to that archer tower. We do have a queen up with ability, so it wouldn't have been a big deal anyway, because that queen would have simply taken out that archer tower. But very nice attack there. And let's look at one more. Hero Goblin. And it will be at number 25. And this is another cleanup of my attack. I used the Tri-La Lune and got like a 94 something % on it, and just I think I left a couple defenses in the core that I didn't get to, so wasn't the best. But this base is designed so that you can hit it a bunch of different ways. Obviously, this way is a little bit better, so we'll go ahead and check that what the Scion Assassin used. Just want to show the whole entire base, show everything there. And there we go with a cold-blooded Goho. We initially thought that we would do a mass hog on this, but when I attacked it, I saw that all the Teslas were right by that clan castle, which means you have to have a heavy investment coming in here with your kill squad. A king, queen would not be able to take out all this stuff. You need to have a golem to tank that 4 Teslas, queen, wizard tower, and clan castle. There's no way a king could do that by himself. So fortunately, that queen is completely out in the open and vulnerable, so that king will walk up, step in, and smack her down with 1 hit. And we still have a queen with ability. We've already taken out 2 of the Teslas so far, and then we've got a queen with ability coming in. She's going to be able to take out at least that 3rd Tesla, and possibly, depending on where her pathing is, that 4th Tesla. Completely out of defense away right now. So we could have sent the hogs in at this point, because we really want the queen to live, but I don't think that's going to happen if we don't send the hogs in anytime soon. There we go. And we're doing a 2-finger drop and a 3-finger drop right now. A semi-mass surgical type of deployment. They're all going to come in here into the core. And we've got our first heal. We've got 3 heals. 4 heals for all of these hogs. That queen, the friendly queen, did die, so she's not going to be able to help out with the cleaning. She would have been able to clean all that trash building up while these hogs were doing all the hard work in the core, but just a little late on that hog deployment. And we've used our last 2 heals. The king is being a little bit of a pest to these hogs, but there's no poisons to drop on him, so they're just going to have to deal with the skelly traps initially, and then deal with the king as they make their way towards him. So it's just cleanup time. We'll go ahead and fast forward this. We've got hogs taking out that king. We've got a wizard all the way up top. And then we've got just a huge group of them converging all together for that 3-star. And that's going to end this How Would You Hit These Bases video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Go ahead, like, subscribe if you haven't already. Share them with your clan mates. See if they could pick the kind of attacks that we're using here, and if it makes any sense to them as well. As if you guys benefit and enjoy it, and I'm sure they will, go ahead and use these different compositions, get used to it, and friendly challenges, get those 6-star clan wars, and practice those 3-star attacks.